Bonjour, bonjour tout le monde, comment ça va?
Très bien, très bien.
Bienvenue à Reality Realness avec 3 S's. C'est l'éviction de Frenchie ce soir, ce soir, ce soir. Bonjour, bonjour, bonjour. Ça va, Jojo?
Oh, bien, bien. Oh,
Parfait. Well, welcome to Reality Realness. 3 S's. Why are you laughing?
you were great. I know Canada is our official second language. Not for me.
Parce que j'habitais en Montréal pour 8 ans et là, j'apprends un petit peu de français.
Oh, beautiful. Just everything about you. Your lips, by the way.
C'est possible parce que j'ai un chapeau, une béret de France.
Ooh.
Toi aussi, c'est tellement belle. Belle, belle, belle. And we are wearing these berets for the eviction of Frenchie.
Get him out of there. Get him out of there.
I mean, I was feeling a little bit bad. He kind of made me feel like, you know, when you steal someone's dream and like it's over. Like I do feel bad in that sense because I know he's wanted to be on the show for a long time, and he may not have been our ideal house guest, but there's something maybe about like what he took us through in the first week that I might miss a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm absolutely going to miss his chaos and his paranoia. I do think he was great for the feeds. I just don't think he was great for the show. I don't know what type of edit the show has been going with Frenchie. They're really trying to push this, I don't want to say a hero narrative, but it's a little off the mark. If they had portrayed him maybe how I believe the last 16 days that he spent at the house, his behavior, what he's been saying, his paranoia, the good and the bad, I love it all. But is it great that he's gone? Yeah. I mean, I'm definitely happy tonight.
Wait, have you looked on Twitter for the Frenchie eviction party? Like
Yep.
that
I mean,
hashtag is so funny.
I regret not having French fries tonight.
Well, that's okay. We have our beret.
I bet. Hey.
So this episode, it's the eviction episode. Why are you? What's wrong with you? You could cut me off. That's fine.
Just my makeshift beret. I'm like, stay.
It's perfect. C'est parfait.
Parfait.
So this episode, it starts off, you know, Frenchie saying he's going to fight like no other. This is after the veto ceremony. And we know what, because we watch the feeds, that a few times he was laying down and dying. He was basically saying, all of yesterday at least, was that I don't want to campaign against Britney. If I was going to be going up against a strong guy, I would be fighting to the end, but I don't want to campaign against Britney. So what do you think about this tactics, and why do you think he's pulling this card?
I think we all know that was a real piss poor tactic to go with. I think he did lay down and die. I didn't see any fight in him this week. I thought that was really disappointing. I know as super fans of the show, if we were put in that situation and we played too hard the first week and we were in trouble the second week, we would pivot. We would change up what we were doing, anything to stay, no matter who you're sitting against. And I think he's going to look back and be really embarrassed. I would be.
Do you know what? I think if he were us, he'd be embarrassed, but I don't think that he's going to see anything other than the narrative that he's already created, that look what he said to Julie.
Game changer.
Julie, pardon?
He feels like he's a game changer.
That's exactly it.
You're not the first. You're not.
Look at this. We are already getting some props for our berets. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. I wish it was raspberry. That would be even better. It would be like raspberry beret. Thank you. Hi, Caitlin. Did you enjoy this episode? Are you happy that French Revolution has ended? He's out of there. An entire usurp of authority and a real coup d'etat has happened.
Ooh.
Did Brent throw the head of household? Does he know he's in trouble?
I don't think he threw it.
I don't think anybody threw it because it was actually difficult.
Well, at the end, Derek X and Hannah totally threw it. They were right away like, true, celebrating, like, we're done. Whitney's out, Brent is out, we're good to go. So I thought they were throwing it, those two.
I'll look back at that again. I didn't think anybody was throwing it, but I could see maybe at that point, like, let's just get the blood on this guy's hand. Let's see what Xavier is really made of. He hasn't really talked that much game to a lot of people.
That's what I'm saying. I'm nervous. I'm a little nervous this week. I think
I think the cookout will be safe no matter what, right?
Yeah.
I think with that, I think that Tiffany will encourage that the queens not be a thing. He does have a little bit of an alliance, the queens and the kings, with the pocket ace of Derek X.
The royal family. I
know, the royal family. And I was talking about it this morning with Taryn, and I was like, it's an okay name. Okay. It was a mafia that I thought was a dumb name or not that great.
Well, surprise, who do you think threw that one out there?
Brent? But yeah, that one was not a bad name. Someone was saying that there was another name that they said that would have been better.
Royal Flush?
No, they said that on the show. And Taryn was also saying that on 21, I think it was, that on the committee was almost named Royal Flush at one point, but they thought that they would be associated with like toilet flushing, so they didn't do it or something like that. I don't know.
Pieces of
So glad he's gone. Might miss the messiness though. That's what I'm saying. Like I feel like a little bit like I feel too calm. I feel too relaxed. Like I was just like tense the whole first week. I'm just like, what is he gonna do? And now like this week like was a little bit better.
Yeah.
Like I just can't even. I mean I don't think I can be relaxed. But who do we think is in danger? So we'll talk about the episode, but there wasn't that many details within the episode that we need to talk about. But who do you think is in the most danger with this head of household?
I think Brent, Whitney, Claire, Brittany, and I think that's it. I think those four.
Well, I don't think Claire, because Claire's on the queens. I don't think he'll go for the queens.
Fingers crossed.
And she has a crush on him. I don't know if he's aware of that, but why would you take out somebody that has a crush on you? Right?
Why? Silly.
I wouldn't. So if she knows anything about it, I mean, I just don't think that Tiffany will let Claire go. I don't think that she will push that as a part of the agenda at all. I'm worried that Xavier will not want to take out Brent just because it's not really in his best interest to take out another woman this week. So if that's the case, oh my God, am I frozen? I don't know if you can see me. I'm frozen with like my eyes rolled.
You're good.
I'm back. I think. You're good. Okay. So yeah, I don't know what I was saying. What was I saying? Distracted myself.
You're worried. You think that it's not in his best interest for Brent to be the one targeted?
Right. Like, taking out another guy. So they would be down 3 guys to full house of women. So I want a woman to be gone, but I think that he might see it.
I actually think it's the opposite. I think a man, like having less men is kind of a great thing for the guys because they can say like, hey, the girls are really like, kind of start to pick the girls against one another at this point. Even it out a little bit.
Yes, I think, and with evening it out a little bit, it would be a Whitney thing and Alyssa thing. I'm thinking though, I think that Whitney's going to be the one that's in the most danger this week because I think that they're going to want to split up Brent and Whitney, and I think that
Frozen. She's frozen. My heart is pounding. Just one. Are we going to get there? No. Oh, almost there. Come on, Wi-Fi. We can do it.
Whitney has already said that she doesn't mind if Whitney goes out first, because then they'll always. I just went away and came back, and I don't know. StreamYard's doing something weird.
You're good now.
I'm frozen on my side. Now it's saying I have bad internet. It's so weird. I spend so much money on the internet for the fact that it's not amazing all the time, and I'm the only person that lives here. I'm the only person that has any sort of, like, you can't handle for $100 a month. You can't handle a Zoom call.
No, officially not. It's official. Who are you with? Belle? Rogers?
This is Belle, yeah.
Belle. I'm with Belle too.
And as much.
Yet again.
How many people are on this? And I'm like, just me. And they're like, guys, well, you know, it's just going to be a spotty night, I guess, because I'm still kind of choppy. Wow, weird. Okay.
Polka dots.
You talk for a little bit.
I do think Whitney's probably in the worst position right now going into week 3. But at the same time, it depends on the house and who's voting. Xavier might want Whitney to be the target. It doesn't necessarily mean she's going to be. If she's sitting next to Brent, that's a big, juicy piece of meat to take out. I was also during the episode tonight, I was looking at his face and thinking, do people find him attractive? Like, are we supposed to be thirsting after this man? Because I don't see it at all. That's the truth. Give you a second. Come on, Wi-Fi.
I believe you. If I just disappear, just keep talking. I'll come back whenever I come back.
Done. I'm trying to think of more.
This is live TV, guys. Like, you know, the real world.
This is the real world. I'm actually doing.
This is the French connection right here. Is that why? Is it because we're wearing berets? Like, are we channeling in some like Frenchy messiness that like I can't get a good stream out of this StreamYard?
I mean, right now you're doing great. So I'm gonna pray that we just stay on that level of StreamYard, to the StreamYard gods. Bless us.
I just saw like the internet sign come up, so I don't know.
Oh, that could be trouble.
Oh, okay. The bars are going up, down. I don't know. I can't even look at it. It's so annoying. I'm very sorry, guys. I don't know what to do. I can't do anything about it. It's brand new. Like, I don't know. Whatever. So Frenchie's going to fight, but like he's actually not going to fight at all. Saying that he won't campaign against Brittany, blah, 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 blah. Brittany could be in danger. So she was going around yesterday and saying like, oh, I don't want to be a perpetual pawn. Like, I just want to hide next week. I just want to lay down. I don't want to like interact with anybody. I just want to disappear again. And she's kind of telling this to people. And I'm like, if someone told me that that's what they want to do and I wasn't working in an alliance with them, I'd be like, oh, okay, so I'll nominate you next week.
Like, 1,000%. And like she took it, she was incredibly emotional about it this week. And if she's nominated again, the anger is going to come out. And that's not a pretty sight for anybody to get angry when they're nominated, even though obviously it happens. She needs to step back. And
I don't know if you saw all of her one-on-one interviews yesterday, but when she spoke with Xavier, she kind of didn't have a great conversation with Xavier. And when I was watching it, I didn't even feel comfortable with their interaction. It didn't seem like he wasn't that warm. He wasn't that charming. He didn't promise to keep her. He said he still wanted to hear Frenchie out. Like, all these things that I'm like, you can tell her, you know, she's staying. Yeah. Just be like, right now, I don't see anything that's changing me from like voting to keep you. Like, I'm still going to talk to Frenchie, but like right now, my vote's with you. He could say that and still go against his word if he wants.
Because I felt like he might be in danger if she had won this week.
That's what I'm saying. And if he can feel vibes, I would probably go for Brittany. Like Brittany and Whitney up on the block. Brittany doesn't necessarily want Whitney to go because Whitney has been bringing her information and such. I could definitely see those two up on the block. I don't know if Whitney's been cuddling up to Xavier recently or not, or if that ship sailed. But if the main objective is to get out either Whitney or Brent, I don't think he's going to put up Whitney and Brent because he knows that Brent will go, maybe as a replacement nominee if the veto's used. But I think that maybe he's going to put up 2 women.
I won't be shocked if Brittany and Whitney are up there. I think the trouble will be for him to keep those 2 as the nominees. I think if other people win the veto, they're more likely to use it.
Like if Claire, say, won the veto and then takes off Brittany, and then he would have, like, he's not going to put up Azza. He's not going to put up Hannah. He's not going to put up Tiffany. Yeah. Can't put up any of the kings. Like, you'd have to put up Brent.
It's really tough with but we don't even know what the wild card competition is going to be.
Well, Brent can't play.
Right. But Whitney can play.
Who?
Whitney can play.
Yes.
And that could keep her safe. She should play 100%. Whitney should be playing this week.
Well, I think Whitney was even trying to throw it because they're trying to get Brent out. But this could be her demise. I don't know if she threw the competition, but she was saying that she wasn't necessarily gunning for it.
Yeah.
And so, what if she threw it and then she gets out this week? Man, I think she's on my draft. Is she? You're like, yeah.
You have Claire.
Wait, on the one with you, I have Claire, Kylan, Alyssa, and Travis. Okay. On my other one, my other one has a pretty sick, kind of sick one. It is Tiffany, Claire, Kylan, Brent, Whitney. Like,
that's pretty stacked.
It's kind of stacked, but I know like next 2 weeks I'm probably losing 2 players.
Okay, it just depends on who it is. The 2.
No, it's most likely going to be Whitney Brent. I would imagine. I can't see the other 3 leaving right now, just the way that the house is stacked up.
Thank goodness for that.
Thank goodness for that. I was surprised. So in the exercise room, Brittany is exercising with Whitney and she's rapping, and Whitney loves her rapping skills. Am I missing something? Is she better at rapping than I think?
You're not missing out. I think Whitney was being nice. I might say about Brittany that I liked her rapping skills. If I was playing the game with her, or even if I was in the DR, like living with her, it's better to like them than not. But
I just would be like, I don't even get the beat. Like I'm trying to be like, I just see like when she's doing her exit scenes and everybody's like, like they're just trying to get into it and it just doesn't really have a flow. It's funny.
I
appreciate the creativity though. That's pretty awesome. Like I do like the effort of not just having a regular speech and just like saying thanks mom, hi mom, like all that stuff. I'm appreciative of her putting some creativity into it.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's that good. You know what? I'm going to transcribe it though.
Okay.
I think I need to say it or repeat it.
I would like a spoken word poem instead.
With the beret.
Yeah. Yes. And
yes, I think we're onto something here.
Happening.
And if she keeps on doing these raps, though, I'm going to start transcribing them. Maybe I'll like even upload her audio onto TikTok and like do like when people mouth like do the
lip sync.
Yeah, lip sync. I'll lip sync her
her Big Brother.
I'm going to give it a go. Who knows? So yeah, X thinks she has some bars, but no, he's lying. He doesn't think that she has any bars. I kind of like that saying though, like, if you got bars, you got bars. Like that's pretty, it's kind of sexy.
I have 32 bars, yes, at any given moment.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I'll throw you 16 bars or something.
I can give you a good 8 count.
Ooh. Count me in.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Yes. Jasmine.
So Frenchie talks to Xavier, Frenchie talks to Brent, Frenchie talks to Azza, Frenchie talks to Claire, and told them a whole lot of nothing. Where is his campaign? I'm actually disappointed because this is how you see what a great player is, right? So he's quoting the whole week, 2 weeks, that he's the best player in there. Him and Derek F are so like they don't know what they're gonna do without him. Like Derek X is gonna have to be all the entertainment for the show, and I'm like Derek F, you are not the entertainment. Like lying from couch to day bed to bed, couch to day bed to bed. That's not entertaining to TV to see like which laying down location will Derek F be on the live feeds. Yeah. Like that's entertainment.
His strategy is to fake sleep. I'm like, oh, brilliant. I've never seen it before, Derek F. Thank you.
I mean, I don't mind the fake sleeping part, but I wish that he was just a little more active in his discussions with people. It's like people have to come to him, which is fine if you want to be in like, I'm in a king position and people come and talk to me. But I think he needs to be a little more active because once Frenchie's gone, like he's going to be good with Xavier, of course. But once Frenchie's gone, he might have to put in some work and not just have his best friend in there.
Yeah, he's not just going to, like, he's actually going to have to do that. He's not even all for the, like, yes, he's for the cookout, but he's still weary of the women in the cookout. And that makes me wonder, like, how are you going to find some sort of alliance that you can trust and actually move forward with in the game if you don't really want to work with that many people?
Je ne sais pas. Je ne sais pas. A beautiful moment was Sarah and Kylan cuddling and speaking about her father who passed away about a year ago due to COVID. And he was doing a little bit of like inspiring her a little bit and, you know, kind of reminding her that her dad's proud of her and such. I really love this moment. I know that they're close friends in the house and they have a final two, but this was a nice way to really show their relationship blooming.
Yeah. I like seeing friendships. I like seeing that they're not trying to push some sort of showman's angle onto it. It's just two people who really enjoy each other's company, getting cozy. It really was sweet.
Really super sweet. And I'm so shocked that I thought that I was going to not like Sarah Beth's voice because it's just a little bit kind of squeaky, but I really like Sarah Beth. I actually on the Stock Watch this week, I went all in on Sarah Beth, hoping that she'll have a big surge this week. Hopefully she'll be able to have some good game chats with Xavier being in there and maybe get some of her agenda across. So hopefully she plays a good game this week so that I'll make some money. And that's me having a lot of faith in her. And so
good though, she is not disappointed. I mean, she had the clutch win against Brent and Frenchie during the wildcard comp last week. That was really impressive. I think Sarah Beth's one to watch, and I love that I'm rooting for so many people. It is, I'm usually watching Big Brother like worried about my two favorites. Now I'm like, oh, I have like 8 people that I really like. I'm like, great.
Yeah, you know, right now, yeah, I can lose Whitney, I can lose Brent, I can even lose Brittany to a certain extent.
But I don't hate her. That's what
I don't super dislike anybody.
Yeah. Well, that is lovely. Actually, they're
like, it's the casting, of course, but I have to say that I haven't been excited to watch episodes of Big Brother in a decade. Like literally excited. I'm like, what is going to happen? Who's going to be head of household? How is it going to change everything? Like I'm invested more than I've ever been invested before. And so whatever they're doing, they did it right. And I just hope it's a repeatable thing and it's not just a one-off. You know what I mean?
Me too. Even
so good.
Tom Green tonight, I'm like, I miss Celebrity Big Brother.
I do.
I was like, yeah, give me more of that. I'll take Big Brother throughout the year, gladly.
Will you though? We have it twice already. I'll take though the Celebrity Big Brother is quick, so I like how fast it is. So Kylan talks to the aces, and I thought this was a bit of an awkward conversation. Shouldn't he have solidified like his 2-week plan before the veto and stuff is used, before the nominations, when he has power? So he can't be like, hey, I don't have any power anymore. Can you make some promises to me since I didn't keep you off? It's like, well, you should have maybe asked for those promises before you kept me off. But I thought it was a little bit bad timing.
And I could have sworn that Tiffany kind of formed that alliance a couple of days ago. Like even before the nominations, she was like, "Us, the Kings, Derek X, we're the final 8, done, easy peasy. I'm happy with it. Are you happy with it?" Kylan said yes. Claire said yes.
But this was with the aces.
Oh, right. Sorry, I was talking about the Kings first. The ace, that was awkward. Brent was just like, "Yeah, we're forming this thing, huh?" And now that he called, yeah.
Even so, though, so Derek X stays behind after the rest of the group leaves, and he's like, "Oh, I just wanted to like let you know that like I'm 100%. You don't have anything to worry with me." But Whitney, Hannah, and Brent didn't like. Hannah said, "You're good with me" or something like that. So she kind of said something, but Whitney and Brent didn't make me feel comfortable if I was Kylan, as like I wouldn't be the target necessarily. So I wish that he had solidified those things before he didn't have any power anymore. You know. But that was a miscalculation on his part. So Kylan to the Kings. What am I talking about there? I don't even know. Whitney and Brent, Kylan to the Kings.
Then Alyssa, I think it was even out of Alyssa's mouth first. She was like, "You are 100% safe with us. We're good." Then they started talking about the Queens in general. They're like, "We love your team." And I love that there's been a little bit more of a solidified alliance on the show. It's that the Queens had a lot of power this week. They could really fluctuate depending. If Brent or Whitney did win a head of household, they could have gathered.
And like the aces and the queens coming together. But I think the aces also have something with the Kings, I think, as well. I mean, everybody's aligned with everybody. There's so many alliances that are happening, or like cross team, agreements, voting blocks, whatever you want to call them. And so they did say though that like your whole team is good with us. So that's kind of reminding us what Tiffany set up already with the Kings and Queens being aligned with Derek X, the pocket ace. So the Queens, real fresh for the next 2 weeks. Why don't I even know what I'm talking about? I'm so tired. So I was watching the feeds up until like 6 a.m. and like then I woke up at like 9:45 and I did the live feed update. I'm just so tired. I can't think straight. I'm sorry.
Okay. It was Kylan had mentioned for 2 weeks. He was like, "I just want safety for 2 weeks. That's like my deal with everyone." How's that?
I mean, I'll take it.
Sure.
Take it. Like Frenchie should have taken it.
Frenchie should have taken it. I know he wanted to see photos of his kids, but
that is the weakest excuse. I'm sorry. I know you've been out of in sequester for like 2 weeks, and so fine. But if that's more important than anything, fine. I can respect that to a certain degree. But wouldn't $750,000 be really great for your kids as well?
Even $750 would be great for his kids. So, yes.
Like to not see them for a third week, it would be essentially.
I think they could still compete for the head of household the second week. So whatever, who cares?
We can deal with Claire. He wouldn't have gone cuckoo like this. He wouldn't have been out second, I don't think, because everybody really liked him in the first night. I think the fact that he had all this power and he wants to make all these moves and all these statements that he really messed up his game, all for that he wanted to see pictures of his kids. Well, do this for your kids. Stay in the game for your kids. Give them, they'll have like the best education that they could possibly have. They can have the best everything that they could have if you won $750,000. So I think that when they grow up, they'll be like, "You want to see a picture of me instead of making us rich, Dad?
Get out. We're out of here, Dad."
Yes, Sophie, Frenchie is gone. He is gone. Jojo is he started watching the challenge, so he's going to be excited by this. There is a new season starting in less than a month, in about 3 weeks, which is very fun. Or
that soon? I have so much more to catch up on. I'm on season 28, episode 11.
You have, you're getting longer now. You realize this.
Yes, do I ever. It's a commitment.
It's a commitment. Actually, Rivals 2 was on today on TV, and it was kind of fun to watch on TV. I like watching it as opposed to on my computer, Yeah. Anything else happens? So we see Christian and Whitney on the hammock, and Brent comes over and he's like, "We really need to get these girls out." I'm like, why? Just get off this train, Fine, I get it. It is a numbers game to a certain extent, but Brent, read the room. People aren't really that excited about your plan to get the girls out no matter what. Like, you're rubbing people the wrong way. You're making people feel like you're targeting them. So zip it. But nope, it didn't matter to him. So we do have Brittany doing her little rap. She puts on her glasses to her rap before she says her final speech to her house guest. And then Frenchie said something where he's falling on his sword and talking about him being a hero or want to see his family or whatever it was. And everybody goes in. I wasn't surprised by Derek F giving him a pity vote, we'll say. Or was it another rogue vote?
He literally was like, I sadly Brittany evict.
He said, I sadly to evict Brittany.
I sadly to evict Brittany.
He did that last week as well, I think. And I thought it was like maybe just like a little flub, but I think.
Well, some people are having like, I don't know, the terminology that some of the contestants are using. They're like, I'm voting to keep you. I'm like, okay, but, or they'll be like, I'm voting for you to stay. I'm like, you don't vote for people to stay.
Right? They'd have their votes reversed if it was Andrew.
Would they ever? Good luck.
Draft update. Okay, I'll pull up the draft update while we talk about Tom Breen. So talk about the head of household competition. So we figured I was hoping that it wasn't going to be an endurance or anything like that. I wanted to have a result at the end of this week. I just needed to know how the shift in power might go. Like I was definitely very like really, really hope that that somebody, like we get to see the result tonight.
Yep.
And so I was happy that it was a question and answer. We know what questions and answers are usually going to finish by the end of the day. So how'd you find Tom Green showing him around Ottawa?
I thought it was fun. At first I wasn't sure what the question, like how they're going to phrase the questions. So when we had the first video, I was like, okay, I watched what I could watch. I looked at what people were wearing. I looked at the sites. I looked at him. I noticed his glasses on and off. So for the questions, I had the first part correct. So I was really happy. I'm like, okay, I'm doing well in this HOH. And I love HOHs that we at home can play along with. I think that's really fun. It was a good HOH. And I'm glad that it was throwable.
Yes. I thought it was hard though. I got like she asked, I was like, I had to really think about it. Like I got the first few right, but I wasn't paying attention to the wording. Like it was just kind of like a little bit tricky of a wording when you like the last one where it was nude or naked. I wasn't even thinking nude or naked. I just thought of the concept of the response. And so I wish that maybe in her describing how the competition was going to go, she said, word perfect. Oh, Jojo is gone now. What's happening? Are we in a time warp? Jojo, come back. What happened? Did your phone die? Did your phone die?
I'm here. It just left. No, it just turned off.
So weird. What's happening?
What's happening?
Frenchie, should I take out the beret? No, it's cute. It's so cute.
Fake beret. I did notice the nude and naked, and as soon as everyone said true and Xavier was false, I'm like, that he's got it. He won it. He said.
I was just thinking of the concept. I'm like, oh, he said like I didn't think specifically, and I should have been thinking specifics, which is what she was doing.
Yeah, Julie loves to have a little bit of a. Oh no, he said has, not had. Like,
and like she had a green fanny pack, and I was like, what if you had red green color blindness?
Yeah, they had no idea that they were wearing red and green.
So yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm going to pull up the draft because it seems like technology is not working that well, and so I'm just going to not do it. But how it stands right now is that I've lost one player. So I have on my team remaining is Claire, Kyland, Alyssa.
Yep.
And my fourth pick was Travis, and he was evicted last week. Jojo, who do you have still? You have everybody, but
I have both the Dereks, Azza, and Tiffany.
Great. And Jonathan has Sarah Beth.
It's Frenchie. Or Jonathan.
Frenchie, who he just lost.
And he has, who else does he have?
Xavier, I think.
He has Xavier? Or does Phil have Xavier?
Can I pull this up? Maybe I can pull it up. Maybe it's gonna be good for me. Maybe you're gonna work for me right now. Oh, yes, work for me.
He has Hannah.
Yeah, he has Hannah, I believe. Sarah Beth. He had Frenchie, and who was his first pick? First pick was Hannah.
Yeah, I wanted her too.
Man, oh man, why can't we remember things? Are you as tired as I am? Is that why?
I'm trying to think of the other men in the house that he could have had. Phil has Whit and Brittany.
Oh, I have it with my other group. Okay, so does he have Brittany? Does Jonathan have Whitney?
I don't think Jonathan has Whitney. I think Phil has Whitney. I think Jonathan has Sarah Beth.
I can't pull it up because it has my other one there. If you can look in Facebook, it's going to be in Facebook.
Okay, I'm gonna look right now on my because I haven't got my computer behind me.
Ooh. What else happened in this episode? I was wondering because he used to host the Red and Green show, which is funny that there was like the Red and Green fanny pack. I was thinking like, I wonder if he's gonna like corral farm animals into his parents' house. Like, you know, the pranks that he used to pull on his parents. I thought it was gonna be something like that, something like really annoying to do.
I always loved his mom.
His parents, poor parents. Like they're like, oh my god, what's my child? What did I do to deserve this?
Let me see.
Yes, Sophie, you're right though. I am doing well with my draft with Couch Potato Queens because I have some good people, but I might lose a couple because I have Brent and Whitney on that one. Did you find it? I don't have my phone close by, or so I would find it myself.
You're not gonna believe this, but like,
what?
Messenger is just not working.
Okay, Sophie, I'm sorry. We will update this another time. We are not in a technical world today. Nothing's really working very well. We've had spotty internet. It's just been very bizarre. So we're just going to get through this episode. But know that I've lost one member of my team, and then Jonathan has lost Frenchie this week. And so we do have a point system going on. I will update it. And then on Sunday, I will share with the week, the 2 weeks, and where people do stand. I feel like Jonathan is in the lead right now. He had like 20 points from last week alone. And I had like, I think the lowest, like with like 8 or 9, like I had very little points. And so we will see with the points though, how people are doing. So I'll update it. I will put pictures and everything on it. I don't know if you looked at the draft yet, like the graph of the draft.
Yeah.
So yes, we'll have it updated. We will make it accessible, but the internet is not working well enough for me to try and get it up here right now today. So sorry, guys.
Hold on.
So that is pretty much it that happened. I definitely thought it was fun to watch because we can play along, kind of like you said. I don't think that Xavier wanted to win that head of household. So I'm wondering if he's going to have to start playing the game because he's not really strategizing, socializing as much as I think he should be. And so he's going to be forced to. So I wonder what the ruling of Xavier is going to be like.
I'm looking forward to getting to know him a little bit better. In my eyes, he's not someone that I'm like when I look at him, I'm like, yeah, I want to see him in the house, but I haven't really gotten to know him that well in the last 16 days. So I'm looking forward to getting into his strategy, him talking to the camera. I want to see him talk to the entire house. So we'll see where his head truly is. I think he is really loyal, and I think he'll be good to Kyland, to Derek, F. So I'm really curious what he's going to do.
Me too. So Julie does say at the end that it's going to be a risky wild card decision. What do you think that could be?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe if you win safety, you can't vote. That could be kind of fun. Or you get to choose who can vote in your place, one person that can't vote for the week.
That's rude. That's rough.
It's rough, but it's risky. I think it sounds like it's a punishment week. So
ooh, rough. Well, it's a good thought. I'm curious. I wish they told us, at least the audience, what the wild card twist was, because I want to be strategizing like how they can plan it out. But thank goodness they do the wild card on Friday, so we can find out pretty quickly who wins.
I think the feeds are back up yet.
No, they're not coming back until 3 out, like till the West Coast feed is over. Bummer. Bummer. I do have a funny story though. So the last time I was in Ottawa, I was doing a layover there, and I was visiting my friend who lived there, and we were just doing a walk around the same downtown area where Tom Green was, and we walked past that sign, but it was on the other side, and like I just was having a moment. I'm like, what's Owato?
What is that?
Which, guys, Owato is because it's on the other side of the Ottawa sign. And so it was just spelling it backward, and it's all letters that can look like they make a word or letter both ways. And so I didn't even realize that it was Ottawa, but I was just seeing the reverse side of the Ottawa sign, and they just looked at me and laughed. And I'm sorry. Yeah, that's not, I wasn't drunk.
No.
It was during the day. We were walking around with our baby, like pushing a baby carriage. Like it wasn't like there's no funny business going on at all. It was very, very tame, and apparently I can't recognize Ottawa from the back.
I like it.
Yes. Okay, so that's really it that happened in the episode. Do you have anything to share?
Oh, what do I have to share?
Or like anything about the week, or anything about the feeds, or anything about like who do you want to win right now?
Oh, Tiffany.
One person I know, Tiffany.
Tiffany. Yeah. 100%. Love her. Love everything about her. Yeah. Tiffany. Playing hard right away. I think she's overplaying, and I love it.
I don't think that you saw in the feeds, but there was a moment where she was like explaining what Brittany needed to go and say to somebody about her campaign. It was about getting somebody to retell in front of somebody else the fact that she wasn't, or that she heard that she was in the French kisses, or that she started, or something like that. So get somebody to say what they heard in front of somebody else. And so she had to like explain to Brittany what to do. And after Brittany left, and she's just like, my brain, can you please send me power, energy from my brain? My brain's hurting. Like, it's fine, it's hurting, but like I've never had to work this much on my brain before. And I love that, because I can imagine me and you, if we were in that house, our brains would be fried. Like
I'd lose my head.
I would be thinking of every single strategy possible, and I think that's what she's doing. So that's probably why we like her, because she's playing, I don't know if we would do the exact same things that she would do, but she's playing as hard as we would be playing. And so that's what's really fun for me.
Doing everyone's hair, I would absolutely be the French braider of the group. I'd be giving everyone, all the girls, fringe. I'd be like, let's like Sarah Beth, let's go Betty Page. Let's make this happen. I love what she's been doing with Christian's hair every day. Did you see that little
flat iron?
Brayden, like Shrek?
Or is it Lord Farquhar or something?
Yeah. And he had like these two beautiful French braids tonight up into his raven buns.
Yes, she's working her magic, and it's, you know, it's a moment where if you're getting your hair braided or stuff like that done, it's quite therapeutic and soothing, and like having people just like, you know, stroke your hair is just very relaxing. It can be. And so she gets to probably just be like, so what are you thinking? As she's like braiding. Okay, that's a good idea. And like, it's just creating a little bit of a bonding moment, which I think is going to be very important later.
It's very intimate, and I think Tiffany is setting up the house to make it difficult to evict her, to make it really difficult for people to put her up there.
It'll hurt.
Yeah.
Hi, Natalie. So would Xavier put Whitney up?
Of course.
Maybe what he's going to do, maybe he would do a Brent Brittany duo, save face with Whitney just in case, but if one of them came down, backdoor. Or not backdoor, but like replacement nominee would be Whitney, Brent out the door, or whoever's the other person.
Yeah. I can see a combo of those three hitting the block this week. And we'll obviously get a better sense tonight what people are really going to be pushing. So.
Okay, well, this was a pretty short and sweet one. I mean, the episode finished like 7 minutes early, and like,
yeah, even the eviction was at like 8:30 on the dot. I'm like, oh, we're getting HOH results tonight for sure.
Yes, I was noticing that as well. They kind of dragged out a few things, but I wish that they just put in more content. There was a lot that they could still have put into the episode.
A
lot. Like the amount of feeds that I've watched, they could just put some of it in. Like,
just a touch. I don't want to, on Sunday, if we get a bunch of flashbacks, I'm going to be like, okay, cool. Thank you for that.
We still never saw Travis blow up Frenchie's game. Why?
Because Big Brother loves to torment and punish.
Yep, torment and punish. So cruel. So cool. Well, that's it. Are you working on anything you want the peoples to visit or, subscribe to or
but I just
finished that?
A great book called The Final Girl Support Group. It was so good.
Is it about like the final girl in horror movies?
It was so good. It just came out on July 13th of this year, and I was in Indigo. I'm like, this book looks good. And there's one left, and it was damaged, so I got 25% off. I'm like, thank you. I love this for myself. Such a good book. Couldn't keep it down. And
I'll give that a read. Hi, Jess. They edit so much out. It's like a whole different show. Yeah, I mean, it's two different things. It's two completely different entities. Yeah. What I experience on the feeds is like, I'm like watching gameplay and I'm like really getting like an insider's edition of what's happening, like the real story. And then I see this like, just like this version of it that I'm like, okay, this is a part of it. This some sort of happened, but like there's 30 other stories that happened at the same time.
And 30 better stories half the time. I'm like, even in last night's episode with the Brent and Hannah little chat that they had, I'm like, why are we seeing this?
I think they're trying to make us like Brent.
Why? He's about to go home.
Maybe they're going to try and save him.
I don't want that. Get out of here.
Bye-bye, Brent.
Bye-bye, Brent.
So that is it, everybody. Thank you, Sophie. Thank you, Jess. Thank you, Natalie, for hanging out with us. Thank you, Caitlin. Caitlin for loving our berets, even though they're not raspberry.
Even though it's...
You guys know the drill, but just do it anyways. I know that we had terrible internet. It was quite annoying, and it was like not the smoothest ride, but we're always here for you. We come to you live after every episode. We're live every day talking about Love Island, UK and US. Like, we're live all the time. So it's our commitment here that every once in a while we're not going to have the best Wi-Fi. So thank you for joining us. Please subscribe. Please leave a comment. Who do you think that Xavier is going to put up? Who do you think that he should put up? And who do you want to go home on Xavier's reign? Is it going to be a reign of terror? Do you think that we're going to see a new side of him? Do you think the fact that he is a lawyer, an attorney, is going to really resurface? Because he has sort of been outed by, I believe it was Sarah Beth was thinking that he was a lawyer, and Derek F was thinking he was a lawyer. So will that resurface when he's having his meetings with people? Will his lawyerness come out when he's kind of interrogating a witness? Or I'm not sure what type of law he does, but whether he's building a file against people, like the question that he might ask. Are you getting hot? You think he's sexy?
Yeah, 100%. He's gorgeous.
You just want him to be interrogating you?
His top down, he like bent over. I'm like, we didn't get a nip slip. So
Jojo, it's a family show. Well, that's all I got for you guys. Anything last words, Jojo?
Kill it, Xavier. Get Brent out of here.